Energy, North Coast County Water District, Safeway. They also brought out fruit. Thank you to Patty. Where'd she go? There she is. Thank you so much. Chase Ace Hardware and the City of Half Moon Bay. Thank you so much for all of your support. Give it up for our sponsors of Whale Fest 2024. Are we ready for the brownie? The brownies ready to go? Okay. I think we're going to play it from a phone to the microphone because that's our option. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. If you did, you'd be blowing the pieces. Yeah.
Shake your tail with them. You can join them. And at this time, even if you don't want to stand up, I'm going to ask everyone to shake your tail to save a whale. Shake your tail, let's save a whale.
Nicely done. Do we love Lynn Adams or what? You're so fun. She's the best. All right, so we have a lot of important VIPs here today at WhaleFest, and we're so grateful that they were able to carve out time to be with us today. So we'll just go through. Representing the office of Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, we have Katrina Rill here. State Senator Josh Becker's office, we have Anthony Yoshida. State Assemblyman Mark Berman, I believe, is here or will be here any moment. There he is. I heard it. There he is. There he is. San Mateo County Supervisor Kathleen Moazed. We have City of Pacifica Mayor Pro Tem Sue Beckmeyer, who I was just hanging out with. Around here. There she is. And Councilmember Mary Beer, also in the house with her fantastic hat. San Mateo County Parks Commissioner Irma Rodriguez Mitten. San Mateo County Harbor District Commissioner George Domerat. Superintendent of Pacifica School District, Darnice Williams. And this is exciting. We have scientists and upcoming speakers with the Marine Mammal Center. They have great information to share about whales in Pacifica that were studied, Mark Weber and Pilar Rodriguez. I've been told about this study, and it's impressive. We were a part of history. It's very cool. And we also have Elizabeth Bradall of the Pacifica School District. So thank you all so much for being here. We've got a cool little presentation. It won't take long, but it's important, and we'd love for you to stick around for that. So I just want to say I'm honored to be here. I walked here from my home, which is just right over there, and what an incredible day to celebrate Earth, celebrate our community. This is our backyard. I'm kind of a junkie for gratitude, but can we all just say a moment of gratitude for that, because here we are together. So thank you for being here. I'm going to hand it over to Lynn Adams, who is my spirit animal. The most energetic and charming person I've ever met. Miss Lynn Adams, president of Pacifica Beach Coalition.
Wow. I'm telling you, if you have a dream and you work for that dream, anything is possible. This is possible. Goodbye, COVID. Hello, community. community. We are here. We can be here together. We can talk to each other again. We can work together again. And the planet needs us to do that. So I want to thank you all for coming. We'll try to yell into this microphone. I understand it's not that loud, but I just want to say I am heartened by all the schools that are participating and presenting activities for each other to do, for the community groups, for the booths, for our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Safeway for cleaning up Manor and providing all the fruit that we had. Wow. Cases and cases of fruit. I love you. I hope you love us. I hope you love even more the ocean and the whales we're celebrating today. So we're going to just get right into it. Thank you so much. And I'm going to turn it over to Shasta. We're going to go to the next thing. Yep.
Thank you, Lynn. All right, so up first, we have Sue Beckmeyer and Mary Beer. They are here to give out a proclamation, from what I understand, of course, Mayor Pro Tem and council member.
Thank you, Chasta. Thank you, Chasta. We're so lucky to have Chasta here today, right? Give her yeah. Woo! Hello, Pacifica. It's so good to see all of your faces today. And what a beautiful time we're having here at the Whale Fest. You know, I got to spend some time on the bus touring all of the different sites this morning, and to see all of the different community groups coming out, being together, picking up trash. It was beautiful. So we're so proud to be blessed by our Pacific Beach Coalition. So give it up for them, because we couldn't do this without them. It's so, so wonderful. I have the honor to introduce to you our Mayor Pro Tem, Sue Beckmeyer.
Hi, everybody. I have a proclamation from the city of Pacifica, which I'd like to read. It's only one page. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 whereases and one now therefore. So you can count along, but really it's a beautiful thing, and I really want to, I'll yell. Can you hear me back there at all? Yeah, good. Okay, here we go. Proclamation of the city of Pacifica in recognition of Earth Day 2024. Whereas the Pacific Beach Coalition has honored a species to teach and inspire people to action since 2012, and is dedicating whales to be duly recognized and proclaimed as Pacifica's Earth honoree for the year of 2024. And whereas most species of large whales are protected under the Endangered Species Act and are protected under the Marine Mammal Protection Act, yet they are still in danger from pollution, climate change, and ship strikes. And whereas whales are in danger of consuming plastic and other trash, as well as entanglement in abandoned fishing gear, including the largest animal ever to live, the blue whale, which returns to feed each year 30 miles off Pacifica's shore. And whereas feeding whales rely on upwelling, a phenomenon that occurs off Pacifica's coast each year, bringing cold, nutrient-rich water to the sun-filled surface, resulting in massive plankton blooms, which provide a strong base to a healthy food chain. And whereas California gray whales are seen from Pacifica during their epic migration to and from their polar feeding grounds, and humpback whales return each year to feed in the rich waters off Pacifica's shores, to the wonderment and delight of observers. And whereas the city of Pacifica and all its citizens will continue to exercise exemplary efforts to maintain a clean environment, restore our watersheds, and mitigate climate change for the benefit of all living things. And whereas Whale Fest is an event that will engage and unite people of all ages, bringing together schools, youth, community groups, and organizations to engage our curiosity about nature conservation and reduce our environmental impact. Now I, therefore, Sue Beckmeyer, Mayor Pro Tem, on behalf of Sue Vaterlos, Mayor, and the City Council of Pacifica and all its citizens, do hereby proclaim April 20th, 2024 as Shake Your Tail, Save a Whale Day. And further dedicate the day and year of 2024, April 20th, 2024, to our charismatic whales and an attitude of inspired conservation at Whale Fest, done this 20th day of April 2024.
Thank you so much, Sue. That is incredible. I was just told by Jim Fithian that 300 volunteers signed up today and showed up to clean these beaches. And that's just the people who, by the way, signed up. Lots of people came. So we don't even know how many, but well over 300 to keep this beach healthy, to keep the water healthy so these whales can be here and can thrive. So incredible stuff. We all should be very, very proud. My son got his first little trash grabber when he was 2 years old from his grandma, and he comes out here all the time. And he's very proud to pick up trash. And as we say, may not be your trash, but it's your earth. So it's all our responsibility to take great care of it. All right, I'm off my soapbox now. Let's move along. So I believe we have in the house Katrina Rill, who is here on behalf of Anna Eshu's office, U.S. Congress member for 32 years. And Anna is here to speak about or introduce, I believe, about the Jerry Flynn Award. So I'll leave it at that. But she's a big fan of the PBC, I understand, and Senior Advisor and Communications Director for Anna Eshu. So Katrina, please welcome to the podium.
Nice to meet you too. Hello, I am not Anna Eshu. She is in Washington, D.C. I don't know if you heard, they just passed the national security bills, the foreign aid bills in the House. So they called extra sessions for today. She so wanted to be here in person because she loves Pacifica, and she's so excited that in her last year she gets to represent the coast again. The coast, of course, being the only place where you can actually see whales. Nowhere else in her district can you see whales. We here have a front row seat. So on her behalf, I want to say thank you to all the volunteers, to the Pacifica Beach Coalition, and she also asked me to bring Lynn Adams up here for a second. Come here, Lynn, and present to her a flag that Anna Eshu had flown over the Capitol in Lynn Adams' name. Thank you, Lynn, for everything you're doing for the community. From Anna Eshu. Thank you.
This is our flag, guys. This is our flag. We would not be here if you didn't show up and if you didn't come out to volunteer, and we would not be here if people did not help us organize. This flag is for us.
Surprises.
At this time, the Beach Coalition is filled with heroes. Pacifica is filled with heroes. John approached me after his wife died, Jerry Flynn, who is the Pacific Beach Coalition first president and co-founder of the Pacific Beach Coalition. She passed away this past year, and he wanted to honor her with an award. So I'm going to let him tell you about this award. John Flynn.
Thanks, Lynn, and thanks for coming, everybody. I posted a little notice online the other day, and I wrote that picking up cigarette butts along our beaches and old tires out of our streams is a Sisyphean task. Then I realized probably some of you aren't English majors or Greek mythology nerds, so for you, Sisyphus was condemned by the gods to spend eternity rolling a boulder up a steep hill, only to have it roll back down as it got near the top. So a Sisyphean task is one that can never be completed. But there are people that refuse to give up. They're out there week after week, month after month, plugging away to keep our community as pristine as possible. They do it without pay and with no fanfare, and they work so reliably that they can sometimes be taken for granted. These are the people my late wife, Jerry Flynn, admired the most. Jerry loved the ocean. She always wanted to be a marine biologist, but somehow ended up as a high-tech public relations executive. And she was very good at it. She worked at the most prestigious PR firm in the Bay Area and was their first ever woman partner. But she spent her entire life battling type 1 diabetes, which she got when she was 1 year old, and it finally did her in last year. Back in 1996, when failing kidneys forced her to retire from her dream job, we moved to Pacifica to be near the ocean. We could leave the windows open all night and listen to the crashing waves. It was, and it still is, heaven. In 1997, Jerry got together with a few like-minded Pacificans to clean litter from our beaches. They called their new group the Pacifica Beach Coalition, and in the early days you could feed the entire organization with one large pizza. And she was the first president. And today it's known as the Pacific Beach Coalition to reflect its wider mission. And Lynn and others have built it into an organization with more than 12,000 volunteers. It stages 10 official cleanups a month, plus another 100 cleanups annually with schools and corporate teams. In Jerry's too short life, the thing she was most proud of was helping to create this great organization. So, to honor her and to help continue the work, I've created the Jerry Flynn Award, which includes a cash prize of $1,000. The idea is to recognize and reward the people who plug away at that Sisyphean task without recognition or public thanks. And when I told Lynn about the kind of volunteer I wanted to honor, she immediately mentioned a certain person. And when I talked to another friend who's involved in Pacific environmental projects, she immediately said the same name. And it was a person I'd been thinking about all along, so the choice here was really easy. She's been hauling litter from our beaches for so long, no one I talked to could remember when she started. It seems like she's always been there. She heads regular cleanups at Sharp Park Beach. Once she's got everyone checked in and outfitted, she grabs a bag, straps on gloves, and goes out and collects bag after bag of rubbish herself. At the end of these very long days, she brings all the dirty buckets and gloves home, cleans them, and gets them ready for next time. She never rests. Every time she takes her dogs out for a walk, she scoops up cigarette butts by the hundreds. She cleans all the big ashtrays, they call them butt huts, between the pier and the berm. She owns a pickup truck, so unfortunately she's fated to haul all the signs, tables, flags, buckets, etc., for every event. She never says no, never makes excuses, never complains. It seems like she's never not serving our community. When she's not picking up litter, she's feeding feral cats, helping neighbors with home repairs, and driving friends to doctor's appointments. As former Mayor Deidre Martin said, she's a very, very important part of the fabric of this community. Everyone knows you can always count on Pauline. So I'm honored and proud to announce that the winner of the first Jerry Flynn Award is Pauline Taini. Okay. Come on up, Pauline. How you doing? Well, here is, let's see. Here's a flag, and here's a down payment on your next Vespa. Okay. Anyway, thank you all.
I'm kind of overwhelmed. I'm really, really surprised. I know that Lynn was quizzing me about how long I've been doing this, and I couldn't figure it out. And I was looking at the Star of the Sea Awards that I have in my garage. And I thought, well, it's got to be at least 10 years, but I don't know. So I wasn't sure why you were quizzing me. I thought, oh, I'm going to get another one of those Stars of the Sea Awards. This is really, really a surprise. I can't believe it. And as much as I complain about all the things we have to do and all the things that I have to do, I love it, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. I really do. And I love all the people I've met doing it.
And can her family come up and take a picture with her real quick, please?
But you know, there's another reason Pauline got this award. She got myself and my partner to Pacifica.
Thank you, Loretta. God. Everybody kept that. Patty's like, oh, so what is it?
Pauline, we need you to go right over here.
What a pain in the ass this was to get you.
Excuse me.
And to lie to you.
Over here.
Thank you. Everything you're doing.
Congratulations. That's incredible. I love that she had no idea. All right. So up next, we have PBC Whale Force teen Lara Scanziani. She has been a valuable teen site captain, assisting Janice and Iona on the second Saturdays of every month since October of 2022, which is amazing. It just shows the work that adults do here, and they show these children, and these children grow up and they do great things. So if we could have Lara come up and speak, please.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy Earth Day. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone for coming and making a difference. Watching people care about the earth fills me with confidence about my future. We can really do this. We can change the world. Now, a little bit about myself. My name is Lara Scanziani Grijalvo. I'm 17 years old and in 11th grade at Oceana High School. I'm also a junior site captain and a junior site captain for the Pacifica Beach Coalition at Montara State Beach. So this means that on every second Saturday of the month, I pull my bike from the garage and travel through the morning streets of a waking town. The fog hangs low, but I don't mind it. I like the early mist. In minutes, I'm presented with the harsh and enormous and beautiful presence of the Pacific Ocean. Site captains Iona and Janice pull in, and we set up the buckets and tables. We instruct people how to clean beaches. This morning, 55 people came in, ready to clean a beautiful beach, masked only by the litter that poisons it. And now I ask you, how many times have you seen a whale? I have. I've seen one through my school window, on a run along Maury Point, and I've seen one from this very spot. I've seen groups at Muscle Rock. But why do I say this? Why do I mention the whales? I say this because there are so many beautiful creatures fluttering, swimming, walking, soaring all around us. Some that we don't even think about. The pigeon with this amazing GPS system, the snail with the perfect swirl, or the gophers with this ornate tunnel system they have underneath the soil. Especially in Pacifica, we are radiating with nature. And that's why we have to do everything to protect it. It's so easy to lose hope. We find the problem too great or too vast. We become intimidated by like that giant island of shampoo bottles in the Pacific, or the overwhelming environmental catastrophes that flood in the news. But we cannot must not lose our faith in a better world. We must look at this goal of a cleaner world straight in the eye and charge for it. This is why I love the Pacific Beach Coalition. Every weekend there's a cleanup, and people come in and they clean up trash and they make a difference. I know that cleaning up beaches isn't the sole solution, but it is a powerful statement of hope. I'm a youth, and while I'm angry and scared, I firmly believe in the power we have to change the world. I urge all of you to continue taking action. Do not lose hope. We can be the change. Thank you very much.
Oh, hold on, Laura. Laura, I just want you to know that you are a star of the sea, so thank you very much. A big shout out and a call for all of the former junior teen captains. We're calling them teen site captains now. All of the whale force, come up here. Seniors especially, would you come up if you are a junior? Come on up, please. Thank you so much, junior site captains. Laura, you can stay here. Here we go. There we go. Come on up. Yes. Is it like herding cats? There we go. We got junior site captains. They're now going to be called the Whale Force Teens. They change their name every year, so I keep trying to remember. So these kids get up like Laura once a month on that Saturday. Some of them go to multiple cleanups, but they adopt one beach and work with those site captain team to facilitate the cleanups. And we're so grateful for everything they do and for their assistance, and also for them because they use their voice when they're there to help educate others. So the graduating seniors, we'd like to get a big picture of all of you, but the graduating seniors have a Star of the Sea award. Gail, you're going to give that up? Oh, Anya, I'd like to call up Anya, and you guys are going to follow through. You guys want to go this way?
Yeah, we're going to do this way.
We're going to go this way. We'd like to call up Anya, would you? Anya. Okay. I did it by first name. Elena Hartley. Elena. Thank you, Elena. Elin Eftekari. Elin, congratulations. Thank you. Jake Mendoza. Jake is always working. Juliana Wall, a superstar. Thank you, Juliana. Juliana got Oceana High School engaged in a big way. And she has the Oceana Conservation Club that is now proceeding after she graduates. And oh, you guys are. Oh, and these are the teens that are freshmen through juniors. Okay, and we'd like to get all of your pictures over here with Gail.
If you guys weren't inspired by the words of Laura, I don't know. I hope somebody caught that on video because that should go viral. Sweetheart, incredible, truly. Poetic, heartfelt, poetic. I speak for a living. I couldn't have done that. So, well done. It's so inspiring. We need to take a note. You know, we think that the teens learn from us, right? The children learn from us. Nope, not today. We learn from them. So we'll take a note out of their book. All right, so now we're going to get into some science. We've got Mark Weber from the Marine Mammal Center, Cetacean Field Research Associate, and Pilar Rodriguez, the Marine Mammal Center Cetacean Conservation Biology Apprentice. And they're going to talk to us about this important science with the whales that we have spoke about. So come on up.
You guys, if you
Thank you, everybody. Great to be here with you. And yes, that was incredibly inspiring from Laura. I really love to hear that. And all these people working to make our world a better place. They are the next generation. They're the future. Let's give them another round of applause. I think they earned it. So I'm here and with Pilar representing the Marine Mammal Center. We have a booth just down the way. Please visit us. And there'll be another reason to visit us after I get done talking with you if you're interested in some of the research going on here in Pacifica. The Marine Mammal Center is the largest hospital in the world for sick and injured marine mammals. And we range a 600-mile section of California, collecting these animals, taking them in for humane treatment and care with the hopes of rehabilitating them and releasing them. We are deeply involved in rescue, rehabilitation, release, research, which is what we're here to talk to you about, and education is a big part of our mission. And we're open to the public for visitors, so we welcome you up to our site in the Marin Headlands, just to the west of Sausalito. So please come out and visit us and learn a little bit more about what we do. I'm here mainly to tell you about a paper that we recently published, a group of us at the Marine Mammal Center, including Pilar, on feeding of gray whales here in Pacifica, which was really extraordinary. It was brand new to us, and it only happened because of Pacifica whale spotting, the Facebook page. If you don't know about it, you should sign up if you're interested in whales and whale activity in your area. And we worked with a number of community members. Dave Chamberlain, who's out there. Dave, put up your hand. Yeah, Dave. And Robin Brunn from the whale spotting, and Chris Campo and Stefan Siebert. Are you guys here? Yeah, all right. Perfect. So this project came about because Sue Pemberton, one of our colleagues from the Academy of Sciences, and these folks were noticing these whales, and they let us know. We came down, we set up a study structure, and all of a sudden we had this really interesting set of findings about gray whales right off the pier area feeding in your waters right off the beach on anchovies. And they also changed up their feeding and occasionally went to the bottom, which is what gray whales more normally do, and fed on invertebrates that live on and in the bottom. So it was a really tremendous opportunity. And the group of people I mentioned, we couldn't have done it without their photographs. We went through thousands of photographs and analyzed the behavior that came out of them and published a paper. If you're interested, this is an open access, freely available paper. Come to our booth. You can get a QR code and download it. It's right there. It's all about Pacifica. It's all about community science and how that can impact what we all do as scientific researchers and make a huge difference. So I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all these community members, all the people involved in Pacifica whale spotting. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark, for sharing about our recent publication and what we can do as citizen scientists to help with research. So, kind of like what Mark mentioned, Pacifica is a great place to watch whales. And I know many of y'all are very passionate about these animals. And
can you speak up a little closer to the mic? Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. I know many of y'all are very passionate about these animals, and in fact, like us researchers, have known to come and admire them for individuals. But unfortunately, both gray whales and humpback whales in this area face major threats. Two of these threats are human-related: ship strikes and entanglement. These are specific threats that us at the Marine Mammal Center are interested in and are the key focus of some of our research and management efforts. So today I'm going to share two stories of known animals in the area that many of us grew to know and love, but are sadly no longer with us. First, we have Lychee, who is an adult male gray whale who we first came to know right here in Pacifica in 2022, fish feeding, as Mark mentioned. He was in great health and was a very adaptable whale, as he was seen trying to find new sources of prey. And not only was he viewed here in Pacifica, but he was also seen in San Francisco Bay in 2022 and starting in February of 2023. However, in March of 2023, our researchers observed him with a large lateral scar on his ribs. After this scar was noticed, he continued to stay in the bay and attempt to forage, but with each subsequent sighting, his body condition was deteriorating. Finally, on May 6th, 2023, Lychee washed up at Point Reyes National Seashore. Thus, the Marine Mammal Center, alongside Cal Academy, performed a necropsy, and our suspicions were confirmed that the initial scar that we had observed was due to a ship strike. Not only was Lychee struck once, but his ultimate cause of death was concluded to be a second, more severe ship strike just behind the neck, killing him almost instantly. Lychee isn't alone in this struggle. Many of you are probably familiar with the story of humpback whale Fran, who was a local celebrity and one of the most cited humpback whales in California and was beloved by many local whale watchers. Oh, thank you. Fran was a part of a recovering humpback population and for the first time had successfully brought back a calf up to the feeding grounds when at the age of 17, she stranded in Half Moon Bay in August of 2022. Humpback whales have lifespans that are comparable to us as humans, so who knows how many calves she could have brought back to her recovering population. Again, the Marine Mammal Center alongside Cal Academy performed a necropsy, and her cause of death was uncovered to be due to injuries from a ship strike. But to share some good news, Fran's calf, Aria, has been resighted in 2023 and 2024, and actually earlier this month. So in order to help calves and other whales just like Aria, we investigate ship strike risk to whales and ways that we can problem solve in order to solve this problem. Some of the research projects that we have going at the Marine Mammal Center include having a marine monitor located at Point Bonita that monitors all vessel traffic in the Golden Gate Strait in order to quantify risk. We're creating models to determine risk by vessel class in order to inform management strategies. We are collecting data on these animals at every possible opportunity in order to learn more about their behavior and habitat usage, and we are contributing our sightings data to the Whale Safe model, which provides information to ship captains of near real-time whale sightings so that they're able to avoid them. Many people ask what they can do to help. So if you're a boater and you're ever on the water, be sure to be alert and aware at all times and to travel slowly in areas of known whale presence. If you spot a whale while on the water, be sure to stay at least 100 yards or 1 football field length away from them at all times and observe them respectfully from a distance. Also, if you spot a whale, whether you're on the water or on land, be sure to report it at the Marine Mammal Center's website and on the smartphone app Whale Alert, which informs the Whale Safe model that I mentioned previously. You can also shop locally and be aware of your choices as a consumer. And lastly, always try and support ocean-conscious legislation. At the Marine Mammal Center, we're dedicated to help finding solutions to mitigate ship strike and entanglement. And I thank you all for being here today and sharing our passion for whales and ocean conservation. But before I go, I'd like to share the NOAA Whale Entanglement Hotline phone number with you all. So if you ever see an entangled whale, please be sure to report it at 1-877-SOS-WHAL. That's 1-877-SOS-WHAL. And you can also report it to the Coast Guard on VHF Channel 16. Thank you.
And you know, we don't come to Pacifica and from Chicago and from Texas and not get a Star of the Sea award. So congratulate them.
And make sure you stop by these booths. As I mentioned, their booth is right there. But there's so many great booths that you can go around. The Pacifica Land Trust, I was just over there, and a guy, and I wish I knew his name, an artist, fantastic artist, gets all of the, he called it junk, that's his word, not mine, junk out of the ocean and then makes art of it. And it's incredible stuff. So just make sure you walk around and look at all these booths, because a lot of people put a lot of time and energy into these booths today to be with us. All right, so up next we have Assemblyman Mark Berman, yep, there you are, coming up to speak. Welcome. Hey.
Thank you so much. What's up, Pacifica? Woo! What's up, Pacifica? What's up, Coastsiders? What's up, folks who don't live on the coast side but love it? Everybody here today. How lucky are we that every Earth Day the weather seems to be amazing like it is today? Such an amazing day to come out and volunteer. Such an amazing day to learn things. I've loved the sort of generational kind of component of today. We've heard from folks who have been volunteering for decades. We've also heard from teenagers who are spending their really precious time trying to make the world a better place. And of course, on Earth Day, we talk a lot about nature. And today, I also want to just touch on, wait, don't go too far, Lynn, an absolute force of nature, which is Lynn Adams. So give it up for Lynn Adams one more time. As the proud representative of the San Mateo County Coast Side, including Pacifica, I'm so honored to witness the collective dedication of this community towards the preservation of our precious coastal treasures. As I'm sure everyone already knows, you probably don't know actually, my district is blessed with unparalleled natural beauty. From the cliffs of Devil's Slide to the pristine shores of both Pacifica and Half Moon Bay, our coastline is world-renowned. Preserving our open spaces has been a top priority for me as your assembly member throughout my entire tenure in office, and I firmly believe that protecting our environment is not just a responsibility, but it's a moral imperative. That's why I've brought tens of millions of dollars back to the district for projects to both protect the coast side and expand access to our open spaces. From purchasing thousands of acres of open space at Cloverdale Ranch, to funding improvements at Tunitas Creek Beach, to flood protection projects to protect the people of Pescadero. And this year, I'm working with the town of Pacifica to try to facilitate the acquisition of state property just a little bit over there near Pacifica State Beach that will increase access to the beach and will eventually serve as the trailhead parking lot for the California Coastal Trail. It's imperative that everyone in the state contribute to combating climate change. This goes far beyond just aesthetics. It's about ensuring that future generations have the opportunity to experience the same air and water qualities that we do. It's about safeguarding our natural open spaces, including our beaches, so that they remain open and accessible to both the public and their natural inhabitants, like the whales, Lynn. California's beaches specifically are woven into the very fabric of our identity as Californians. Our state constitution and California law guarantees that our beaches must be kept accessible to the public. But with this privilege comes responsibility. We must continue to be stewards of our coastline. The Pacific Beach Coalition embodies the spirit of stewardship and community action. Through their tireless efforts in beach cleanups, habitat restoration, and environmental advocacy, they are leading the charge in both preserving our coastline and educating the public about its importance like we're doing today. So as we gather here today to celebrate the wonder of our oceans and the whales that call them home, I want to once again thank the Pacific Beach Coalition for all of their hard work and thank all of you for being here. Happy Earth Day.
I want to give Mark a shout out because you may not know everything he's working on. He's our, of course, state assembly member, but he has authored 12 laws that take effect this year. He authored Assembly Bill 1346, making California the first state to phase out the sale of small gas-powered engines, such as leaf blowers and lawnmowers. He also secured $30 million in state funding, and this law is now in effect. So the next time that you smell freshly cut grass and not gasoline, you can thank Mark. Thank you for doing the work that you do, sir. We appreciate you. All right, up next, we have Anthony Yoshida. He is here as the field rep for Senator Josh Becker's office, so come on up to the podium. There you are.
Senator Becker wishes he could be here today, but I was lucky enough to fill in for him. This morning we started the day on a bus tour of all the sites that everyone here today volunteering was cleaning up. And it was truly incredible to see just the impact, not just here on this beach, but every beach in Pacifica, in Foster City, Daly City, and even the Calera Creek was getting the attention it deserves on Earth Day. So on behalf of Senator Josh Becker, we thank you for all your work. And of course, we thank Lynn Adams and the Pacific Beach Coalition for everything they continue to do every month here in Pacifica and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you to Anthony and, of course, Josh Becker. Up next, we have the Community Outreach Liaison for Ray Mueller, Miss Kathleen Moazed.
Oh, there you are. Looking right Hi. I get to be here instead of Ray Mueller. Okay. Hi, Kathleen Moazed with Supervisor Ray Mueller. I actually live in La Honda, so I come out here quite a lot myself. I enjoy it. And I'm not used to speaking in microphones. So I had the lucky opportunity to be here instead of Ray, who is right now stuck in a hotel conference room. So poor him, and here I am. So lucky me. But he did want to, he loves the ocean. I don't know if any of you know this, but he's an avid surfer. In fact, the logo for our office is a surfboard with a California bear on it. So he loves the ocean, but he wanted me to especially convey thanks to the volunteers, because this is an organization, this is an event that doesn't happen without all the amazing volunteers. I was stunned at the numbers that Lynn was giving us for the number of people who came out today. It's really wonderful. So thank you all on behalf of the supervisor. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. And up next, we have an inspiring man, a Brazilian, get this, Brazilian, Irish, and British student. That's a fun mix. Mr. Tom Ramsey, studying environmental science at Stanford University. He leads service events for Delta Kappa Epsilon, collaborating with the PBC to involve the Stanford student community in beach cleanups and habitat restoration. It's all yours, Tom.
Can you guys hear me? I'm going to try and project louder.
You have to be close.
Okay, how do I?
It's not a super powerful mic, and you're much taller than me.
Okay. Okay. I have my notes here, but I'll try to freestyle it as much as possible. So yeah, first thing I wanted to say is, so I'm from Brazil, and there's a word in Portuguese that unfortunately doesn't exist in the English language. It's called saudade. It's the emotion of missing something deeply. And, I'm graduating next year, and so I don't have that much more time in the Bay Area. And I really have to say with Pacifica, this is a place that I'm going to be feeling a lot of saudade. I think it's a really, really special place. I think we're all really lucky to get to enjoy all of this. So yeah, I guess I'm here today. Lynn graciously allowed me to speak just a little bit about my experience as an environmental advocate, and maybe a few takeaways that I have that could be interesting or useful for younger folks, but also older folks. And yeah, how to stay motivated in this day and age and trying to make a change in our beautiful nature and environment. And there are three things. The first thing is really just to engage with nature. I think there's only so much that we can do in AC'd rooms, studying the environment. So yeah, building that connection with nature, at least for me, has been one of the most important things. I grew up in an island in Brazil, right by the ocean, and surfing all the time. And that's how I first got involved in environmental advocacy. Because we didn't just know about climate change, we felt it. For example, populations of jellyfish, irregular surges that weren't there before. Or, for example, there were also penguins from Antarctica that had washed up on the shores dead because of disrupted currents. Or also just plastic pollution that we could really see and feel in our everyday. And so it's really, really important to start developing that connection with your environment. And I say that's the first step of really having yourself care about the environment that you're in. And that brings me to my second thing, which is finding people to share it with. We all know that going outdoors is a lot more fun when you have people with you. And especially if you're trying to advocate for environmental issues, it can feel quite isolating and lonely at times, especially if you feel like there are a lot of people around you that might not care as much. And so it's really, really important to try and find community, and whichever form that may take. I'd say one of the greatest examples is the Pacific Beach Coalition. I think it's just an amazing opportunity where people can come together, like-minded, and really do some good and support each other and uplift each other. Another example is my service-oriented fraternity, Delta Kappa Epsilon, that's here today. That's had the privilege and opportunity to work with the Pacific Beach Coalition and habitat restoration. Okay, my notes have gone. But can everyone hear me? Am I projecting enough? Okay, cool. That's the most important. Okay, and then the third thing that I wanted to say really was this idea of eco-anxiety and climate doomism that we hear about a lot. And I mean, a lot of the classes that I take on assessing the environmental impact in the next 20, 30, 50 years, a lot of them have a negative outlook. And unfortunately, not all of our politicians and leaders have the same progressive ideals as our Congresswoman, Anna Eshoo. But I really wanted to say, even though we're behind in a lot of different metrics, what we do see with the environmental impacts in these communities is that it's a gradient. And it's not that we're going to either make it or not make it. A lot of it is actually a gradient of how much we can prepare our communities to make them resilient and adaptive to climate change. And so what the Pacific Beach Coalition is doing here is making sure that our coastal ecosystems here are native habitats that are more resilient to the changes of climate change. And so there is a lot that you can do and a lot that we're doing. And thank you, Lynn, and everyone involved with the Pacific Beach Coalition for doing it. So yeah, those are the three things that I wanted to talk about. Engage in the environment in any way possible. Try and bring people with you and uplift each other. And finally, in the face of a lot of the challenges that we're facing, try to find community and really be inspired by organizations like the Pacific Beach Coalition that, like they say, make us Earth heroes. And so, yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
I can't think of a better time or a better reason than right now to say, can you fund the Pacific Beach Coalition so that we can hire our youth to come bring their knowledge and their energy. Oh my God, we need them. And they need us, right? They need to do this. Does this feel good to you? This feels good to them, right? That's what we need, and we need money. I have to tell you, we need money to make that happen because it's not going to happen on its own. But we can be a part of that. So thank you for thinking about that. I just want to say my name gets tossed around a lot, but let me tell you, I am not alone in this, right? The booths would not have happened without Paula. VIP tour would not have happened without Karen. Activities would not have happened without Sherry. Tara got all the schools, helped get a lot of the schools and the school activities to get engaged. So without Tara, a lot of these schools would not. She brought in a lot of people that put together some activities. We have our education team. Chloe did the school. Chloe did this teacher toolkit, resources for teachers to drop in whale information. Beautiful. Greg gave 20 presentations this week alone to 3,500 students. He's got that many more to do in the coming weeks. We're educating these kids, and these kids brought mom and dad out. They would not let them stay home. One parent told me that his little daughter was crying this morning because she thought she overslept and was going to miss Whale Fest. At this time, I'd like to bring up some of the co-founders, right? The two co-founders of Pacific Beach Coalition, in addition to Jerry, Anna Garcia and Jim Fictien.
All right, it's such a pleasure to see everybody. We're so happy you're here. Thank you, Earth Day volunteers, and never, not for 1 minute, doubt that you can make a difference. That's how we started, looking around going, who's going to address this? Who's going to fix it? It's us and it's you, so thank you.
That's it? That's it? Wow, that was fast. I'm Jim Fictien, one of the original, actually in my official capacity as board chair, first, before I use my ADD and go off into something else. I'm going to present Anna with a Star of the Sea Award for 27 years on the board. And actually, I don't know if she was going to say this, but she was saying that all right, listen, so I want to tell you what happened here. So take a look at this. We haven't even waited yet. Lindemar Beach. Remember, Anna said we started here with about 3 people. We had a dot matrix sign. Who knows what dot matrix is? That means you are old. We used contact paper. We put the contact paper over. We took the trash to our houses. That's how we started this. But you know what? Like Anna said, we were walking down the beach in 97, looked at the trash and said, oh, who's going to pick this up? Let's just pick it up and start. Jerry Flynn and Penny and some other people, we just started and did this. And so Paul Hurley, who moved back to Boston, he was kind of our person that we did here. But 300 people at Lindemar Beach this morning, 300 volunteers at Lindemar Beach. They are the ones that picked up the trash. We helped them separate and told them what to do. But I want to thank you all. If you remember, I have to say something that it's been hard after COVID. So I want to thank you all for coming out. I talked about this with Lynn a lot. We talk about why aren't people coming to meetings? Why aren't people doing as much as they do? It's not the Beach Coalition. People are still interested in helping the environment. It's just that people, in my opinion, got comfortable being home. Well, we are very, very happy that you came out to help us today, and all of our volunteers came out to help us today, because you guys are the ones that are doing it. So I want to thank you for all that. I also want to say, we don't even know how much we've picked up yet. Where's Lynn? Lynn got the flag this morning. That was awesome. I don't know how many people could hear it. Not as many people yelling to the mic as I do. But you can't do this without a visionary. And Lynn is our visionary. One of the major things I've tried to do over the years is take work away from Lynn. That's kind of hard to do because she joins in anyway. But we really thank Lynn for taking the Beach Coalition. Jerry Flynn, as you heard from John Flynn earlier, was our first president. Lynn came on, it exploded, and now take a look. And I will finish by saying, I think we are back, people.
Some people ask me if we're going to have Whale Fest next year. If you want Whale Fest, you got to come back and help me now, okay? You got to come back and help me because I'm getting grayer and grayer, and without more help, this isn't going to happen. But I'm not sure it will be Whale Fest. I'm not sure what our species will be. But I suspect that we will be doing something because we have amazing booths, and I hope you got a chance to visit, everybody. We still have time to do that because we wouldn't be, there's nothing for sale. Nothing for sale here. There's no food except thank you to Safeway bringing us fruit. Thank God, which was a lifesaver. So we don't have food other than what was donated by Safeway. And you know what? We didn't miss it, did we? We didn't miss it. Earth Day is about not putting things into the environment, but taking things out of the environment. So I want to thank everybody, the booths, the organizers, the school organizer, the educators over here, the schools that got behind this, the city of Pacifica, Parks, Beaches, and Recreation that provided this, PCT, huge shout out to PCT. 2 organizations to fund, PBC and PCT. We need them. They provide such a service to us. I'm going to go home and watch everything on PCT because I missed it all.
By the way, they have an open house tomorrow.
Oh, my gosh, they have an open house tomorrow, April 21st from 1 to 5 p.m. I hope you can go. And I understand they have individual craft stores, not crafts, but producers, art people that are going to be there with their stuff. I can't say this very well, but I heard all about it from someone. So, thank you all. And on that note, I'm going to ask you to shake your tail, but also to remember your tote bag, to of course no use straw, but to remember your to-go containers when you go to a restaurant. And I'm going to also ask you to spread the message, be an example, and talk to our politicians, and remember that we need to use our voice to ask them to do better. We need them to know that we're strong, and there's a lot of us, and we want better in our planet. And we need better right now, and we need them to help us. And what can we do to help them? Tom Lantos once told me, he said, Lynn, you can ask me to do anything for you. But when you have 1,000 people that say, I need you to do this for us, I have the impetus to do that. I need the votes to make these things happen. So we are creating voters right here. And we need to use our voice. And we need to do that with our producers as well, right? Stop shopping certain things that don't contribute to the environment. I really would like to thank the media that covered the thing. Economic Development Committee shared that video with us. That got a lot of you out here. But we also got publicity on KCBS and KPIX. And I also want to thank Shasta for coming out here and supporting us. Shasta Michaelis, you're a star of the sea. On that note, unless Shasta has something to say, I'm gonna ask all of you to go out, mingle, touch. If you haven't done the blubber, please do the blubber. That is just an amazing experience. And there's just touch and feel and experience is exactly what I had in my mind when I thought about this. Can we also give a big round of applause to Chloe right there? Chloe. She's our social media person. She put together the teacher toolkit that has educated so many kids, and that is educating people outside of Pacifica. It's traveling the world as well. So, Chloe, thank you. Anybody else want to say anything? Thank you, you guys. Thank you, PBC.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're back here live, and folks, I don't know if you just got through watching that, but I'll tell you, if you didn't, we're going to have replays on Pacific Coast TV. I'm here now with Assembly Member Mark Berman, and Mark, you know, for those people that didn't see your presentation or who may not watch the replay but are watching live now, give us the gist of what your message was today.
Well, my message was just thanking Lynn Adams, thanking the Pacific Beach Coalition, thanking all the volunteers that come out and spend their spare time cleaning up the beach for the rest of us, cleaning up the environment for the rest of us. It would be great if folks didn't litter as much as they do, so stop littering. But in the meantime, we're so grateful that there are so many folks that come out to try to make the amazing open spaces that we have in California, the amazing open spaces that we have on the coast side, better for everybody. And so it's all about making sure that these spaces are as clean as possible and making sure these spaces are as accessible as possible so that everybody, whether or not you live in Pacifica or you live across the bay or you live in the Central Valley, that when you come to the coast, you have a beautiful coast to enjoy. You hopefully see some whales, and you know, our coastline truly represents what California is all about. You know, this was an awesome day. Go back, rewatch the tape, because there were young people were giving amazing speeches about how passionate they are about their future. Older people were talking about all of the experiences they've had over the past decades, volunteering for all of us.
Absolutely.
So it's really an awesome day all around. So grateful to Lynn and her team for all the work they did.
Yeah, you know, and listening to you talk, you know, not for nothing, but you think about it, and you think about the environment and how important that is for its own sake and for the sake of the health of the world. But, you know, you're out there and you're looking at all these bills that come across your desk and that the legislature has to deal with. And the simple fact of the matter is California is what, the 6th largest economy in the world? Fifth largest economy in the world. We're only going up. People think we're going down. We're only going up. And a large part of that has to do with our environment. So if you're sitting at home thinking, all right, you know, whatever, let me tell you, people come right here to this beach and right here to this coastside and put money in the coffers because we have this beautiful, gorgeous environment that is so good for the whales, so good for the environment and all of the creatures that live in it, including the dollars and cents that we need to survive, right?
We not only do we get it from tourism, from people from all across the world who want to come out to California and enjoy the beautiful beaches behind us, we also get it from the environmental movement and the clean tech movement and all the companies. I was talking with somebody who's in sustainable shipping. I mean, all of the companies that are being created in California that are trying to decarbonize our environment, that are trying to reduce pollution, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, those companies are being successful right here in California, creating jobs, paying taxes, and making this better for all of us. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, folks, I understand that your time is limited. All of our time is limited. I'm going to ask you guys tomorrow to come to our open house, because part of what we're doing here is supported by you, Pacific Coast TV, and getting this word out. Because look, I'm glad they were able to get KPIX out here and some of the, but look, for the most part, to get one of the bigger stations out here requires a whale to beach itself out here, and we don't want that to happen. No. So it's important that we have community media. Let me ask you, I don't know if you can make it tomorrow. I know you're a busy guy, but we're going to be doing an open house 1 to 5 for tomorrow. Pacific Coast Television, your community TV station. If you were going to make just any kind of a little reason why, a pitch to people why they should come out to our open house, what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, just shout out to Pacific Coast Television for all the work that you're doing, promoting all the things that are happening locally in Pacifica on the coast side. It's so hard, and all the positive things, right? There's so many positive things happening in our communities that don't always get picked up by the larger media outlets. And so Pacific Coast Television and the smaller stations are dropping. They're dropping. And so that makes PCT that much more important. So shout out to PCT. Swing by the open house if you can between 1 and 5 tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, between 1 and 5, 580 Crespi. You know, I had the folks from the Pacifica Tribune and the Half Moon Bay newspaper, the News Corp. You know, they're talking about they're going to need new digs, and they're talking about, hey, maybe we can do something with you. So, you know, we all got to stick together.
That's right.
We all got to come together. Mark, I just want to say thank you for your coming together. Any last words of wisdom you want to toss out there to the folks?
Look how beautiful it is behind me. Grab a bucket, come on out, pick up some trash, leave it a better place than you found it. Thanks, y'all.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
I know you got to run. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for being here.
Great to see you.
Absolutely, 100%. This guy's working hard for you folks. Mark Berman, your assembly member. And I don't know if we have any other folks that want to get on the mic here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you move over just a little bit this way so we can see the lovely Taco Bell, the lovely beach, and also see the PCT booth. I'm going to try to see, we talked to Chasta a little earlier, but you know what? I got to tell you folks. Hey, there goes Lynn. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Is that Kim? Hey, Kim, come here. I got Kim LaRolle. Come over here, baby. Oh, now here's a gal who's been. Can I get you on the mic for just a second?
Sure.
Come here. Who do you got here? Who's this with you?
This is my very good friend's daughter, Mika. This is my good friend, good friend Mika, my friend's daughter.
Kim, let me ask you, what's bringing you out here today?
It's a beautiful day, and I love our coast and our community, and we all want to learn more about it to help keep it beautiful.
So Kim, as you know, has for a long time been a part of the Longboard Margarita Bar as the owner, and now she's booking shows over there. And listen, we're talking about community. We're talking about things like Whale Fest and PCT. By the way, tomorrow's our open house. Hope you come down.
Very great.
1 to 5. We're going to have food, fun, and friends for you.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When we're talking about all these things, it's all part of a symbiote circle, right? It takes everybody. And even with Longboard and the things that you're doing to bring events, even though that you don't own the venue anymore, but you've passed it on. Tell us about what it means to have local events, local music, local things to do on this coast side.
You know, it's a quiet town and there's not a lot to do here. So having community events, especially family-based, is so important. And bringing music into Pacifica, it keeps people here. It keeps them from going to the city. It brings people in that spend money at our shops, our restaurants, our bars, helps our economy, and it's a lot of fun.
I just want to say thank you because I never had a chance to tell you this, so I'm going to say it on air.
Oh.
You brought a band called Electric Six.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite bands.
Oh, that's great.
And I came out to see it because I had to. So thank you for doing that. And yes, bully to everything that you just said. Ditto to all that. Listen, I'm going to let you go and enjoy your day, sweetheart, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, 1 to 5 at PCT.
Thanks.
Bye, honey. Okay, guys, listen, there's all kinds of people out here. There's all kinds of fun. Talking about local musicians, I got one over here. That's Shasta's husband. Now, let's see. He's busy. All right, they're talking. Folks, I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign off now, and I'll tell you why. Because I want you to come down here and enjoy the rest of this. And if you can't do that, do me a favor. Watch it on the replay, pacificcoast.tv or channel 2627 Coastside, because we're doing the same thing all the way down the coast, Half Moon Bay, Pescadero, all the towns in between, the mid-coast. It's all here for you, and this is why. Because you are the reason. Community media is about community, and that's you. So we'll see you tomorrow, Sunday, 1 to 5 p.m. at 580 Crespi. Bring your whole family. We're going to show you what making a community TV station means and how that brings community together. Marty and I, on behalf of John, on behalf of Jason back in the station, and all of our wonderful crew here. And John, I want you to do me a favor and just segue off of me and zoom into that PCT booth. We'll talk to you later, guys. Peace out.